What's up, family? I'm so excited for this recipe. It is so delicious. I can't even tell you how delicious it really is. This was definitely inspired by Sweet Potato Soul. She's an awesome vegan YouTuber. Definitely check her out, even if you're not vegan, because, you know, delicious food is delicious food, you know what I mean? And if you really need some meat, you can add it, but like oftentimes you just don't need it. I first found, so I've already known about like red beans and rice, but when I saw her make it, it was the inspiration for this dish. Like that was the first time I saw someone make it, at least the way they make it in New Orleans, and like, she was the one who I guess showed me the Slap Your Mama brand. I probably heard of it before, but this was the first time I saw it. So anyway, let me just quit talking. Like I said, go watch Sweet Potato Soul. She's awesome. But for now, let's get into what you'll need to make New Orleans red beans and rice. You're gonna need half a pack of ground Italian sausage, a can of dark red kidney beans, smoked paprika, a quarter cup of rice, and mesquite liquid smoke, and Cajun seasoning. I highly recommend Slap Your Mama specifically, but whatever you have is fine. A tablespoon, is that a quarter cup? No, it's a quarter cup. And then a quarter teaspoon. And a small pot to boil the rice in. A frying pan. And that's it. So first things first, get your rice going. You definitely don't want to wait until the end to boil the rice, because then you'll just be hungry, and then all the other parts of the meal will get cold. So boil the rice. It's very easy. We all know how to boil rice, so there's not much to say here. While you're boiling the rice, you want to get started on the rest of the dish. So here I'm going to be taking half a pack of ground Italian sausage and just cooking it straight. So one thing that I like to do, you don't have to do this, but this is what I tend to do. If I'm cooking meat, especially a ground meat that already has a high fat content, I usually don't add any oil because I just feel like it doesn't need any, and it will usually draw out its own oil in due time. I always use a non-stick pan, so I don't have to worry about the meat sticking to the bottom of the pan. This is just what I do. I'm not against oil. I know there's like a group of people in the world who are against oils fundamentally. It's not that serious for me. I'm just trying to cut a few calories here and there, just here and there. All right, so while this is cooking, I think we're gonna be adding seasoning soon, once the heat turns up. In the meantime though, be sure to crumble your meat as best you can. I highly recommend doing this with a fork and a knife. I find it funny on this channel, I never use a real cooking utensil. I always use forks and knives instead of a ladle or something, but to each his own. So yeah, you definitely want to crumble the meat as well as you can while it's cooking. I find that it's much harder to crumble the meat when it's partially already cooked, because then it gets stiffer. But as you can see, my nonstick pan is really doing what it said it would do, just letting the meat cook without burning it. So I'm very happy. I highly recommend nonstick pans, especially for beginners in the kitchen. If you don't know what a nonstick pan is, they usually say so on the label, but it's a pan with a kind of coating on the inside that, prevents food from burning. There are different pans where it's pretty much just metal, or maybe even just ceramic, and food will burn on that pan in no time. Doesn't matter if it's a pot, a pan, a saucepan, whatever. The food will burn so quick, and it's oftentimes not even your fault. That's just, I don't know why they even make pans like that, but I just don't play with that, you know what I mean? Maybe there's a reason why people use those types of pans. I don't understand it. I use a nonstick. As you can see, this nonstick, like I said, is really doing what it said it would do. So anyway, we're just gonna, let this meat cook. Hasn't really brought out any juices yet, but maybe it will in the near future. So you can't really see any of the moisture that came out. Just a little bit came out, not a lot. But at this stage, when the meat looks pretty much cooked, we're going to add the beans. Because there's not a lot of liquid in this situation, I kind of don't mind adding a little bit of the liquid that's in the can. Maybe that's gross. You know, I really don't care. I really don't. I think some people like rinse the beans that come out of cans. Maybe I should do that, but I just don't really care to. I don't see the need to. I just wanted to put a little bit more liquid into the dish, but ultimately it's really not a make or break situation. Anyway, now that we added the beans and the beans are cooking with the sausage, as you can see, there's a bit more liquid, and I really want to say most of that is coming from the beans. I drained it, but I kind of didn't drain it all the way. Anyway, enough said. We're going to add our seasoning. Now, I know I only had paprika at the time. That's because I didn't know where to find the smoked paprika at Walmart. I found out, and let me say, smoked paprika changed my life. That is what you want to use in this recipe. You could use regular paprika if you have it. It definitely adds color, which is, I think, very important for this recipe. I think the color makes it that much better. But if you can find smoked paprika, please buy it. It's a worthy investment. It really adds to the taste. Then we're gonna put in Cajun season. Wait, is this Cajun or Creole? I'm sorry, I do get the two mixed up. I know they're two distinct cultures and ethnicities. I know, but I'm not one of either, so I kind of don't know the details. Anyway, I often find them in the same section in the grocery store. I highly recommend Slap Your Mama for this particular recipe. It's just, I honestly think it's the best seasoning of the three. But, you know, for this recipe, I don't know, just do Slap Your Mama. If you saw in the beginning, I had like 3 different options. I grew up using a lot of I can't even remember, the one with the guy on it. Yeah, I grew up using a lot of him. And then the one that had like a purple stripe, that was just one that I happened to have when I was making a lot of these recipes. But Slap Your Mama is what you want. If you can find it, do that. Always taste your food as you go. I think I tasted it and I liked it. Hopefully, you know, who knows? Am I reaching for more salt? Oh no, I always do this. Let's see. Hopefully not. All right, I did not reach for more salt, technically. Instead, I decided it was done cooking and I added in some liquid smoke. Now, usually with the liquid smoke, I just add a cap full. So I pour it into the cap of the bottle and then I pour it in. But since I'm trying to measure things for you guys, I pretty much use, I think, half a teaspoon. You can do whatever you want, but like, don't do a tablespoon. That will definitely overwhelm the dish, I think. You could try it. Try doing a tablespoon. Tell me how that works for you. Don't do a quarter cup. How about that? Don't do a quarter cup. That will definitely overwhelm the dish. I think a teaspoon is more than enough. You just want a little bit. You know, it's really like an aromatic situation that you're trying to go for. Anyway, now that the beans and the sausage are cooked and seasoned and all these things, we're gonna get to plating. So I put the rice on one side and then the sausage and the beans on the other. So you're getting Instagram aesthetic. You know, you're getting, this costs $8, $8.50. I don't know how much it really costs. We're gonna find out in a little bit. But I'm telling you, this dish is delicious. It's everything. I love it so much. It's so filling. I'm always happy when I make this dish. In terms of the rice I use, I think I like basmati rice. I can't even believe this is $2.43 per meal. Are you kidding? Wow, you see that? All right, well, tell me if you made it. I hope you did. I hope you liked it. I hope you're having a nice day. Comment, like, subscribe. Definitely subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.